What's going on, guys? Gomer here, back again on another MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty video. A tired Gomer at that. I'm still not getting sleep. Perhaps a 300 milligram bang a day does not keep it definitely keeps the Z's away. That's for damn sure. Tired of a lot of things, man. Specifically Twins baseball. It's a joke at this point. Dealing with the sinus infection, it's annoying. Let's talk about roster update predictions, because that's coming on Friday. We have new diamonds that I'm predicting. We have new golds I'm predicting. We're going to go over a lot of stuff. So without wasting too much time, because we're speed running this here, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, as always. I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this one again with the same constant. I do invest in these cards, so I just feel the need to be upfront with you guys on that, just so you know. And let's start off with new diamond position players. I'll be honest, there's nobody that I can flat out say, yup, he's that fucking guy. He's getting it this week for sure. I can't exactly say that. I'm starting off with Ketel Marte, who you might not have expected me to start out with. I've been very high and very cold on Ketel Marte. He was terrible last year, but up and down in terms of injuries, but he's been really good at the start of the year, and now that he's coming back. I think he has like 80 at-bats this year, and within the last 15 days, which is always the split that I look at, 375 average, 727 slug, 2 homers, 7 extra base hits. He's killing lefties, 556, 1,111 slug, and against righties, 328 batting average. I have him at a little bit more than 50% chance at going diamond. It's kind of tough. This is my Matt Olson of last week, though. He definitely could, but there's no signs of him slowing down, and my voice is terrible, you guys could tell. One sec. Yeah, so 2.3K, not a bad investment there. I definitely do recommend Ketel Marte. Moving on to another one, this one for the Toronto Blue Jays. Jesus, Marcus Semien, good name. 82 overall here. I don't see diamond per se. Look at his splits on the season. 258 against lefties, 435 slug. Against righties, hitting really well, 315, 580. And of course, he was the American League Player of the Month for the month of May. 362, 574 slash in the last 15 days. I see like an 84. Maybe give him like a 40% chance of getting diamond. He is going to get a high PUTM card, whether or not he gets lightning, or he'll get like a 94, 95 in the set. I just don't see it, but it's also not impossible. I do think there are better investments, though, than Semien. Here's one that I don't get, and I mean, he plays like a diamond, but at the same point, his stats are reflective. This has him getting plus 11s, and he's up to an 83. Chris Bryant within the last 15. He's doing pretty well. He has 3 homers and 5 extra base hits total, hitting 320, 560 slug. The fact is, he's only killing lefties, and he's doing good against righties. 278, 483 against righties. I love Chris Bryant. It's just with his defense at third base and him not killing righties, it makes it tough for him to go diamond. Again, I could see like an 83, 84 here, but his contact is nearly maxed. He has a 939 slug against lefties. That could go up, but Chris Bryant, again, there's better investments, but I hope I'm wrong. I want to see Chris Bryant succeed. I want to see the Cubs succeed. You know, I'm going to be at a Cubs game. It's going to be on Friday, June 18th now. I'm actually going on Friday night against the Marlins. Here, we're going to go into golds. This is a lock. You want a free 230 Stubs, Tyler O'Neill. Not going to talk about it too much here. 4 home runs, 9 extra base hits in the last 15, 359, 795 slug. 288 hitting against right-handers. That alone is going to get him it. Tyler O'Neill has been crazy good for the Cardinals. And yeah, he could potentially even go to diamond at some point this year because he has those defensive intangibles on him. Another one for the Blue Jays is going to be talking about Randall Grichuk. have him at about an 80% chance at gold here. He is definitely a lot better against left-handers, 385, 731 slug, respectively, of course. 326, 739, and 5 home runs within the last 15 days. Against righties, his stats are kind of reflective of his attributes in game. He only needs 1 point. I think he's probably going to get it. 400 margin right there. That's a pretty good profit, and I'm very high on Grichuk. Actually, I'd probably move it up to like an 85% chance at getting gold. Back to the desert. Talking about the D-backs again. Eddie Escobar. You know, he is like a 750 OPS. Not the best season, but not the worst. But he probably should be gold based off these metrics. He is hitting really, really well against lefties. For some reason, I don't have this completed. Against righties, hitting 223 with the 419 slug. I could see that going down a bit. Trust me on this. I do remember he was hitting really well against lefties. I think like 280 with the high slug. Those numbers, his splits against lefties are going to go up. And his power against rights probably going to go down couple ticks, but I think the plus against lefties is going to mitigate that damage, and he should be going gold. This is a pretty great investment as well. I have him at about a 70 to 75% chance, and he's really not going for a lot right now, so tons of room for profit right there. Moving same division, not that far. Brandon Crawford, wouldn't you know? Weird season. You know, the best players on this team. It's not Mike Yastrzemski. It's Evan Longoria, who's out 4 to 6 weeks. That's tough. Longoria is having his best season since 2012, damn it. Couldn't you do this for the Rays? Shit. Anyway, Brandon Crawford, I digress. Against lefties, that's not Brandon Crawford. Terrible. 149, 404 against lefties, but I don't think that's going to get changed. Righties hitting 308 with a 590 slug, 8 home runs, 17 extra base hits. He has just been great on the season. He kind of has the defense, still has no speed, which really hurts at shortstop. It's weighted quite high for that attribute. Getting 2 points, I have it like a 50-50 shot. Again, I'd rather invest in Eddie Escobar. I'd rather invest in Randall Grichuk than Brandon Crawford, but, you know, if you have him, I wouldn't sell per se. Here's an interesting one. Does it count? They're playing the Twins? Probably not, but technically they still go into stats. They're weighted lower, though, in one Gomer's opinion. You know, facing off against Matt Shoemaker and J.A. Happ doesn't exactly mean you're a good player. Kidding, of course. I love me some Mondi. He has been lights out, on fire since he returned from the IL. 375, 688 against righties, 333, 778 against lefties. He has 2 home runs, 5 extra base hits, 25 at-bats. They were wilding on Harrison Bader. He had like 30 at-bats. Good at-bats, albeit, but they gave him gold. I don't think it's that hard to imagine they would do the same thing for Mondesi, so kind of think about that. He's not a bad investment. Have him at about a 50.1% chance. Here's a very, very frugal one. Nick Ahmed, on the season, hitting 200 with a 256 against righties. That's bad. I don't think I have to say that to you, but against lefties, he's hitting 333 with a 590 slug, 9 extra base hits. And in the last 15 days, he's hitting 357 with the 524 slug. 1 point. He has the defense. I could definitely see it happening. If you want a very low-risk investment, Nick Ahmed is going to be that for you. Ton of room for profit. Hunter Renfroe, never thought I'd be talking about him getting an upgrade. Hated him with the Rays last year. Good defender, not much else. He's actually hitting for average a little bit this time. 35% chance at gold in my opinion. 417, 750 slash within the last 15. 2 homers and 8 extra base hits. Big thing, hitting 237 against righties, probably warranting of a couple points. And yeah, 333, 529 against lefties. Maybe a couple contact both ways for Renfroe, but I don't exactly see it. But there's a chance, and not exactly a high-risk investment at that either. Moving on to the pitchers, gonna try and go a little bit quicker here. Running out of stamina as far as my voice box goes. Lance Lynn, I called it last week. He didn't go. I still think he's not a lock, although I do have him at like a 65% chance. The thing is, it does not matter how good your ERA is. It has no reflection into this game. If you want to get upgraded, you have to have a high K9, you have to have a low BB9, and you have to reduce hits. Home runs also factors, but Lance Lynn, he has a 9.66 K9, a 2.6 BB9, and a 5.7 hit 9. His hit 9's already at 90. That's probably his biggest chance for an upgrade. In the last 15 days, 18 innings, 17 Ks. That is average K9. That is league average. 67 reflects that. So I think he'll get it, but again, actually you can get about 900 stubs right there now. So I do recommend it this time, but you have to remember that. That's something you're going to have to think about before demanding this guy has a low ERA. I mean, sure, like Zach Greinke would be the perfect example I'm talking about there. Kevin Gausman, same thing, like a 65-60% chance, who I think is more deserving of an upgrade, but he needs 3 points. Gausman's been great, 18 innings, 26 Ks, 2 walks, 0.61 whip in the last 15, 10.78 K9, 1.8 BB9, just 5 hits per 9 given up this year. He's pitched like a diamond. Trouble is, other than last year, we haven't known him to be elite, but there's room. There's 1.4K bare min if you were to quick sell him. Gausman's a cheeky little investment for the Phillies. Same situation, another 82 that's been pitching fantastic. Both POT and Lightning candidates as well. Zach Wheeler probably even more so because his K9 has a lot of room to go. 10.9K per 9 Zach Wheeler's been getting those a lot more. I think he was tied with Scherzer in the month of May with like 50 something. He's been great, 2 walk per 9, 6.5 hit per 9. So I have him a little bit under Gausman just because his hit 9 probably won't move, where Gausman I think across the board is going to get upgrades, but Zach Wheeler definitely could get diamond as well. Since I don't see that many surefire hitters, Wheeler could get it. I'm going to say like 84 to 85, but not a bad investment regardless. Not as bad as that voice crack at 20 years old, baby. One day these old gonads will drop to the floor, huh? Tyler Glasnow, is the time now for him to get a diamond? Probably not. SDS hates him. 50% chance he deserves it. Everybody knows he's a diamond caliber pitcher. 12.4K per 9, 2.9, we're going to act like that didn't happen. 2.9 BB9, rather, 5.4 hits per 9, 0.92 whip. His walk 9 is probably due for a bit of an upgrade. Still not fantastic at 2.9, but the K's at 12.4 for a starting pitcher, that's great. Again, is he going to get it? He might. I have him like a 55% chance. But for some reason, SDS just doesn't seem to like giving him upgrades, so it's kind of a tough call. For golds, we have Chris Bassett for the A's. I think he kind of got snubbed last week, but he had a very good outing that now counts because it happened on Thursday. Updates lock on Wednesday, so you could hit a 5 home run game on Thursday, and it won't count. So Chris Bassett, 12.4K per 9, 2.9 BB9, and 5.4 hits per 9. So really good this year, and definitely think he deserves gold. 80 overall, having like an 85-90% chance for 500 stubs. This is a fantastic investment. Talking same division, Royale Iglesias, turn it around. That's right last name, not as bad as the Yaz B. Crawford mix-up. Royale Iglesias here has been good. 65% chance at gold this week, in my opinion. 7 innings, 12 Ks, no walks in the last 15 days. 13.3K per 9, 1.2 BB9, 7.8 hits. He's given up hits, but otherwise K and BB9 should be in regard for big upgrades. Doesn't need much, as you can see. 2 plus 4s brings him up to an 80 overall. I think there's a great amount of profit to be made here at Royale Iglesias. I love that investment for the Angels. One more, we'll talk about Pablo Lopez. Like a 55% chance. Again, he's been pitching really good this year. Fuck. I take that back. Buxton's ETA is to begin a rehab assignment this week. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you, iPhone, for interrupting me. Appreciate that. Pablo Lopez, 11 innings, 14 Ks, 2 walks, and a 1 whip. 9.1 K9, 2.5 BB9, 7.8 hits. Again, that's kind of what I mean. He'll probably get up to at least a 79. Definitely could see 80 as well. He's going for 500. Again, I would recommend going for Bassett, recommend going for Royale a little bit more than Pablo Lopez, but he's been really good. Those are roster predictions. Went longer than expected, but oh well. What are you going to do? Let me know who you guys think is going to go diamond, who's going to go gold this week, and that'll do it. Gomer out. Have a great rest of your day. Later, guys. So, yeet.